YouTube, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today, guys, we'll be talking about the new branded Bystial deck, or the Bystial cards added into the branded deck. So, branded nowadays is one of the most expensive deck, having more SR and URs in one deck. Then that alongside Dinomorpheus and Dino decks. Anywho, we'll be talking about the deck profile, starting with a copy of your very own Tragedy. Now, I would prefer going with one Tragedy and removing a copy of Foolish Burial. It's really up to you. I just want to go with two Tragedies in case you want to dump another copy with the use of your branded fusion. 3 Ash Blossoms. You can go with 3 copies of Max C, but I prefer Ash Blossom in case we'll get Max Seed. We have Ash Blossom. Of course, you can Ash Blossom any card that searches from the deck. That's a really good card, so I would prefer Ash Blossom. 3 copies of Fallen of Albaz. I would like to have more copies of Albaz rather than just 2 copies. 2 copies of Alibur and 1 copy of Spring and Skip. Works the same way. Gets a hold of 1 copy of Branded Fusion, your bread and butter for your deck. 1 copy of Mercurier. Get a copy from the Branded Lost. The new card, Branded Cartesia, works similarly like Theater of the Branded and also Tamias for the Dark Magicians. But yeah, also effect. If ever a Fusion Monster is sent to the graveyard that turn, you can get this card from the graveyard to your hand. The Bystials. So 1 Magnemut, 1 Sarnier. People are using 2 or 3 copies. I prefer just having 1 copy of Sarnier. Really up to you. I prefer Sarnier if ever you're going up against tier elements. In case not, we'll have Albion there for dumping a copy of your branded card to your deck, drawing 1 more card. What else? 1 copy of Juice Worm, sending a face-up spell summon monster on your opponent's side of the field to the graveyard. Baldrake banishes that card as long as it meets the criteria of Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, Exe, or Link. On Albion, the Shrouded, 1 ad libitum. Spell summon any Despia or Fusion monster from the banish zone or in your graveyard to your side of the field. The Bystial boss monster, Lobelian, tribute 1 dragon monster on the field. Bystial summon this. And then you can search and activate a copy of your Regained or your Branded Beast. Branded Beast props 1 card. Branded Regained allows you to draw 1 more card. Followed by the grave, 2 openings, 1 red, 1 banishment, and 1 retribution. So that's basically your main deck there, guys. Extra deck works with 1 Garura. Garura allows you to draw 1 more card. If sent to the graveyard, you can send this card to the graveyard with the help of your Dust Dragon. Now, Dust Dragon allows you to spell summon, well, 1 Despia monster, of course, which your targets will be Quartus or a copy of your Priscania. Really good pick off for our really good targets for Dust Dragon. 1 Dragostipelia, 2 Albion the Branded, the regular stuff, 2 Mirror Jades, 2 Lobelian the Searing. What else? Striking Dragon, of course. You can summon this with, of course, using Spring and Skip as one of your fodders. 1 Guardian Chimera. You can summon Chimera with the help of Cartesia, of course. I think it works similarly. If fusion summoned by a spell or effect, so that's really good. 1 Perskinian, and of course your only ranked monster, which is Wallow, the new card. So this allows your monsters to gain 100 attack and defense for each card in your opponent's graveyard. Really good card. Especially if you're going up against tier elements, of course. The ton of cards sent to the graveyard gains more attack for your monsters. Also, quick effect, there's 1 card in your opponent's graveyard. You can detach 1 or 2. You can either, if you detach 1, you can return that card to the deck. Really good card against tier elements. If not, you can detach 2, spell summon that monster to your side of the field in face up or face down defense position. Or if it's not a monster, you can get that spell or trap set on your side of the field. So that's a really good card. So that is the deck profile, guys. Let's move towards the replays. I'm going to showcase you guys how this deck works. So basically, you know how it works. Just having fun with this deck in general, okay? So let's go to the replays. Alright, guys, so here we are with the game replays, and we have 3 replays for you guys today. 1 was a loss, but I think that was a really good game. I just had a misclick that actually cost me the game. But anywho, first game here we have Juice Worm, 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Deployment, 1 Lost, and 1 Branded Fusion. So we already have the key component of our combo here, so we might as well gonna trigger some of the effects for our opponent. So we go for Fusion Deployment, try to prompt off a copy of Ash Blossom, which we did. So what are the slim chance of getting a Maxi or getting some other negates? So we'll go for Foolish Burial. Sending a copy of Tragedy to the graveyard. Tragedy will get a copy of Aliber, normal summon our Aliber. And then we got Effect Veiler, so that's really good. And now we are free to move with our Brand Fusion here. So, Brand Fusion, we'll send a copy of our Bystial Rebellion to the graveyard. And our Fallen Valbaz for Albion the Branded. And Albion the Branded will Spell Summon a Searing Dragon to the field. That, of course, lost will get us a copy of any card. So we'll go with the Cartesia here rather than the Mercurier. I could have gone with the Mercurier here, but yeah, nevertheless, it's perfectly fine. So there we go. Searing will then recycle back, Fallen Valbaz and itself. We'll Spell Summon Mirror Jade. And since our Rebellion will have one dragon in the field, tribute it to Spell Summon itself. Use the Ethical Rebellion. I could have gone a copy of Branded Beast or Branded Regain, but we got Typhoon Gear Gammon, so that's really sad. Needless to say, it's still in the graveyard. We can just Spell Summon that later on. So, with that, we got a hold of one Gruus Worm. And we got a hold of our Cartesia from the graveyard because there was one fusion monster sent to the graveyard that turn. So with the Albion, we got our banishment set, and we're going up against Numeron, so fun. We go for banishment. He will call by the grave, so really dangerous here. So my only choice here for Mirror Jade and then banish one, leaving him going for the link play into Mega Clops. I think that's his only go-to plan here. There we go. Mega Clops to the field. And his only go-to plan here is to destroy my monster. So, there you go. He could have gone with the Gruus Worm here, but he didn't. So that's that's really bad on his part. Nevertheless, there we go. Tribute to our Gruus Worm. Spell Summon our Rebellion. Rebellion will get a copy of Lost. So the only thing to out this Mega Clops is summoning an exit to the field that can actually go beyond 4,000 attack, or I can get a copy of Lost, use its effect, tribute my Bystial monster, pop it. And with the use of Kit, spell summon to the field, get a copy of Brand Fusion, and then we're back to square one. There we go. Alright guys, so here we are with game number 2. So to start off, our opponent is going first with Extravagance. So typically, I think he doesn't use the extra deck here. We go for Ash Blast on that. We got Stun decks, so really annoying. So yeah, we don't have the best of hand. Even if we use Branded Opening here, we couldn't do anything else. We can't do Branded Fusion or whatsoever, since we need to add cards. And yeah, this is the only problem here. Anywho, we just actually skip a turn. So there we go. So we're actually not in a bad place. We're actually in a bad place, I mean. So we're in a bad place now for this. We're down to 3,700 life points, which of course on our last draw we got a copy of Fallen Valbaz. Doesn't really matter here. Third normal summoning it. We got Solemn Warning for some reason. I don't know why he did that. Spell summon our Blazing Cartesia. Fuse off. As long as we don't add cards, we're still good. So go for Dust Dragon. Go for Battle Phase. Attack the crappy card. Yeah. Ash Blossom. A ton of negates. Really annoying for stun decks. But anywho, still good. Go for battle. Attack that. Go for Branded Opening on the main phase 2. I don't know what the face down card is. That he didn't actually use that one, even on the end of the game. So we're good. Aliber, get a fusion, Branded Fusion, and then go for Albion the Branded. Typical play. So there you go. Go for Searing. Then Searing will drop a copy of Mercurier, and then go for the Mirror Jade play. Then our Rebellion from the graveyard will tribute the Albion the Branded. Then getting a copy of our, I think, lost a targeted lost here. Yeah, these go. Anyway, so that is it Alright guys, so here we are. This is an additional gameplay that I want to include. But yeah, this is one before I added a couple of the Baldrake on the third copy. But yeah, I removed the Branded in White and go for the third copy of Baldrake. But yeah, I didn't use Branded in White here, so just focus on the other ones that I'm gonna play. So, our opponent is going first. We're going up on the Seer Elements, which of course didn't actually mill anything good. That's good for us. He has one Merly on the field. So my downside here is if ever he has Sadness in his hand, which of course I think he has. But yeah, Nasty is gonna be activated. We can't do anything else but use our effects. Random opening. Get a copy of our Ad Libitum, Normal Summoner Albert that we already have on our hand. Of course, he already has a copy of the Hadness here. So yeah, I'm just gonna check his graveyard here, which he dumps nothing. So that's really good. The Ishizu cards are now nerfed. So that's good. So anywho, we're free to move. Go for our Brother Regain and then use the effect of deployment. Throw something our Artesia here. Go for Brand Fusion. Sending our Lebellion to the graveyard and then go for Albion the Branded. There we go. Albion the Branded. We'll spell some our Searing. He will chain with Drew's Worm. Luckily we have our Mercurier ready. So that's good. So more and more we'll have Bystials gonna be a problem for us. So there we go. You have Searing. Searing will then recycle one Albaz and itself. Go for Mirror Jade, and then with the help of Regained, we managed to recycle back one monster. And since we recycled our Golden Albaz, we might as well just gonna go for, I think we summoned only here Varietas, if I'm not mistaken. Anywho, there we go. Cartesia will go for Dust Dragon. And Regain will get us one more card, which is the Drew Swarm, which is not that bad actually. But anywho, there we go. Go for Varietas, which is perfectly okay. Then Dust Dragon will send a copy of our Garura from our extra deck. Now I could just send one Bystial monster to the grave, doesn't really matter. I want the Garura to the grave to get me one more card. There we go. Garura will get us one more card. And then sacrifice one Dragon Monster for Lebellion. That's good. So since I actually used this effect, I just wanted to count what will happen if I actually do a full board with tier elements using its effect. Anywho, so with the effect of Dust Dragon, I special summon Proskinian. He will bounce back a copy of Lebellion here, so it doesn't want me to search out a copy of any branded card. There we go, Magnet to the field, and then since the bounce, we have one free space. There you go, and go for battle. That's basically the game right there. Really good. I was really hoping he has another Bystial monster, but yeah, that's good. Alright guys, so last game. This is actually a long game, but yeah, I prefer letting you watch this one. So we got the worst hand possible with deployment to one Cartesia, two Albazes. So yeah, really bad. Sadly, I can't do anything else. Go for deployment, go for Cartesia in the field. Cartesia will prompt its inspect, spell something monster, and we got the Invert. So sad to say, can't do anything else about it. And this is actually against tier elements, so yeah. We actually played it correctly, but there was a point during the end where we didn't actually, we actually made a misplay that cost us the game. But anywho, I'm not even worried now because of the shift with the shufflers on one copy each, so it's not really a problem for me. It's just I made a misplay, so that's really basically it. Go for the Searing. There we go, and ton of cards. So 3 Evil Badge and then 1 Agido, which he actually used well basically. So there we go, Mirror Jade to the field. So I'm just letting him summon the Kitkalos to the field. So good thing Prime was actually sent to the graveyard here. So we got the luckiest of cards in the graveyard against tier elements, but it's just the minor misplay that cost me the game. Anyway, so we played it right until the end. There you go. Okay, Callus finally on the field, and now it's our turn to banish him. So he has no choice to or no chance to summon Callus here. So his only go-to plan here is to summon the Kaleido Heart. There we go. Doesn't really matter if he mills a ton of cards. At this point on, we still have the advantage. So his only go-to plan here is to spell summon the Kaleido. And he's even using the mass change. Wow. Oh. So that's King of the Swamp is actually one problematic card. But anywho, like I said, we managed to pull it off even so. Attack. Should have gone in for defense, thus lessening my attack. But yeah, he has also Diddy Crow on top it all to top it all off. And go for Elf. Spell summon. I really thought he spell summon here the Merly, which of course he only has one copy of Merly in the graveyard, which he'll use later on. So Cartesia, we got a copy of Cartesia back, and we're good. So go for deployment. I think we spell summon here Fallen Valbaz, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Fallen Valbaz. Dump one. We'll use the attack of Merly. Green. So there we go. Go for Mirror Jade. How easy is that? So now, if we use the effect of his Kaleido, we can use the effect of Mirror Jade here and banish his Kaleido. Of course, we got bounced by the Cloudback, which is not a problem because we have branded banishment. So here, this is the point where I actually made the misplay. There you go. Try to get more cards, blah blah blah. And then Aliber spells on the field, so that's one more material. Attack that other monster since we can actually destroy the other two. And lastly, yeah, there we go. Our problem there. So I should have gone for branded in red, which of course is still gonna be shuffled later on because of one shuffler sent to the graveyard. But like I said earlier, this should be branded in red, not branded in lost. So, or branded lost. That misplay cost me the game, and yeah, couldn't do anything else because the next turn, we fast forward this, or just basically we're almost done anyway. So yeah, mills a ton. There's one shuffler there. Send to the graveyard with the Kelbeck. So at this point on, I should have actually did that and then summoned my card with the banishment. I was really not doing well with this play because I actually made a misplay on the loss. So yeah, lost me the game. Doesn't really matter anymore. If ever I actually, as long as I banished all three, I actually got the game on my pocket. But yeah, with that misplay there, cost me the game. Anywho, those are the replays. Let's go back to the outro. Alright, so those were the replays, and that is the deck profile for you guys today. Hope you enjoy this kind of content. Like and subscribe for more contents like this in the near future. That's me signing off. Goodbye.